what's Land for Wildlife and why are you so pumped about it?
Oh, look, Land for Wildlife is a voluntary program where people who are keen and interested in managing their garden and their property for greater environmental outcomes contact us. We do a bit of an assessment and talk to them about the threats. It could be weeds, could be erosion, that sort of thing, and then write up a management plan. And then landholders do the management themselves. They get a newsletter once a month, and it's a great way of networking and finding out what other people are doing. At the moment we've got 6 landholders that are involved with the rabbit control program.
Nice.
So we've been able to set up some remote sensing cameras on their property, so they've been able to see where the rabbits are active.
Oh, that's cool. So in the middle of the night, these cameras are operating.
That's
right.
right.
You can see the little menaces sneaking in.
Yeah, so you can see where they are.
Does it turn a light on, or
it's an infrared camera? Yeah.
I suppose if it turns a light on, it's going to scare them
away.
Yeah.
So that's really good. We can see where they're active. And rabbits are a hard thing to control because sometimes you don't exactly know what they're doing. You see where they've been. You see they've eaten your veggie seedlings or they've eaten your wonderful aeromophilus. So it's really good to be able to have some eyes and some eyes out in the middle of the night.
How are people responding to this?
Oh, look, we have a really big membership in Central Australia.
Membership? I like that. Tell me about the club.
Okay. Well, look, we've got 2 parts to the club. We've got the Garden for Wildlife, because there's you would have met lots of people in Central Australia, in Alice Springs, that are really passionate about the environment they live in. So Garden for Wildlife is for those people living more in town blocks,
yep.
And we provide information to them about how to plant native species, which then can link in with parks and reserves around there.
Create like corridors.
And all that sort of thing, yeah. We also then have the Land for Wildlife, which is more for people just on the edge of town, bigger properties. Yep, a couple of hectares. Yep. And there we write a bit more of a detailed management plan, look at exactly what's there and exactly what the threats are.
Well, I imagine they're the ones that can really be a breeding ground on a much larger scale.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, everybody can make a difference, and in a place like Alice Springs, where we have such great reserves in and around, lots of people are backing on to reserves, so being able to provide some water and some native species for birds to come and visit is really valuable.
All right, I'm going to finish off with, I'm going to go for the big guns.
Yeah.
I'm going to go right into the nerve centre.
Yeah.
I noticed when I was out on the edge of town.
Yeah.
It's the B word.
Buffle
grass.
Yeah.
And you see where you got this property done all this good work.
Yeah.
And the next one is got, the grass up to there.
Yeah.
And someone else has done some work.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an
ongoing problem. Yeah. So we've got a number of our, lots of people are aware of the buffle and the effects it has, because it is a very successful plant, so it outcompetes our natives.
Smothers.
Absolutely. It's also a problem for us here in the centre because so much fuel for wildfire. So whereas the native grasses are a cooler burn, for want of a better word, might go through and wouldn't have so much damage, a buffle grass fire can really cause damage for the shrubs and trees around, that sort of thing. So, but we've got landholders that are buffle free, and they need to be diligent. And after buffle responds really well after rain, so they need to be diligent after rainfall and be out there chipping and spraying, and also stopping those mature plants from seeding. So certainly the fight against buffle can be won, but it's up to a lot of people being really diligent.
Garden by garden, block by block, town by town. Join the corridors of change.